Hey yo, what up, beautiful people? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to Proverbs for Men. This is simply wisdom to help you thrive as a man in life. Now, when people are getting married, one of the things that I advise many men is to always have community. Community in terms of have people around you. Do not walk the journey alone. You see, when you walk alone, you can go far, a little bit, and you can go fast. But when you walk in a company, when you go together, you go farther. Yes, when you're going alone, you can go far and fast. But when you're going in company, you go farther and faster. But that is not entirely it. You see, the value of community or having other people around you, especially when you're getting married, is that you will have wise counsel. You'll have people who will hold you by the hand. You will have people to turn to when things are not going well. You will have a brother or a friend indeed. I usually tell all the girls getting married, wait a minute. So yes, you're in love with him and everything seems to be ticking off. I ask them, so who are the men that they talk to? Who is their father? Who's their mentor? Who's their spiritual father? Who are those friends that he runs to when he's in trouble, when he's in need, when he's weak? Has he introduced you to them? Can you run to them? You know, when I was getting married on my wedding day, my spiritual father and a couple of other pastors were in the building. Now, I was not a pastor at that point, but I notably remember Apostle Moses Mukisa, my spiritual father, Pastor Chris Nsuruga, and Pastor Anthony Birudu. They were all present when I was getting wed. And this is the commitment my wife, Apostle Moses made to my wife, is that any time I make a mistake, they will be there to, get the pressure tire out of the car, so that when, like in a time where I couldn't listen to her when she's talking to me and I can't listen to her, that he will get my car tire and just, puncture them until I can stop and listen. You never want to walk a journey alone. I guess that's why Liverpool's mantra is you will never walk alone. Now, football aside, today's proverb is Proverbs 18 verse 1, chapter 18 verse 1, and it says, a man who isolates himself seeks his own desire. He rages against all wise judgment. An unfriendly person isolates himself and seems to care only about his own issues, for his contempt of sound judgment makes him a recluse. Amplified version says, he who willfully separates himself from God and man seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all sound wisdom. Any man that you see to have failed in life usually does not have company, or if he has company, it's not good company. But men were not created to live in isolation. You are not an island. You could have been fed the whole idea of being self-made, but boy, we all need a community. We grow better in community. We all need to be sticking around people. We shouldn't be running away from people. I tell you that. For the many times that I have been feeling under a depression of sorts, it was because I was having a divide. But one of the wisdoms I've got in life is to always run to people. There was a time I was having a depression, but I still stuck around being with people. There was a time I really felt like the world was crashing on my shoulders. I was crashing under the weight of the world on my shoulders. But for some reason, I still kept around people. Every time I felt depressed, I would find people. I would even just sit, not even tell them about what's going on, and just sit where people are. The whole idea of being depressed and you lock yourself up in a room, nobody cares, nobody loves me, is to cook you. I would advise you find community. Always find community. Every time you isolate yourself, no one can say something to you. You see, when you're around other people, they have a different view. They have an outsider's look of what you're going through. But you may be thinking, oh man, this is the worst that it can be. I've been to the very bottom. And then you find out, no, wait a bit. you've not seen the worst. Sometimes you just need to hear other people's stories and you're like, oh, okay, I think I'm doing well. Given what you have been through, I'm not anywhere close to what you're going through, so I'm okay, I'm much better. Sometimes, and that's why women quite often will win in life, because they always talk to other women about what they're going through, and the men never do. So my dear man right there, who's listening to me, I need you to take this very seriously. Don't fight your battles alone. Don't be alone. Don't isolate yourself. Trees grow bigger and taller in forests. Why? Because they are with other trees. You become a better engineer when you're with other engineers. You become a better doctor when you're working with other doctors. You become a better pastor when you're hanging around other pastors. So if you want to grow in whatever area, do not isolate yourself. You will die. For all people that have isolated themselves have ended up dying. That's why you see that even when it comes to competition, you will find that on the same street, you'll find people selling the same stuff, all computer shops, like here in Kampala, there's Kampala Road, and you'll find from one end of the street to from the beginning to the end of the street, all of them are selling computers, and yet they are all in business. And then you will desire to go to some place and be there alone and open up a shop there, and you will fail. You see that? It's so simple. It's so applicable. So go ahead and apply it right now. That will be all the wisdom I share with you. You see, when you're all alone, you'll think that your judgment is wrong, but you always need another view, someone else's view, and they will tell you, I think from the way you're doing what you're doing, I think you're going to fail. Try something else. Try this. That's where you'll find instruction. That's where you'll find direction. Now, my dear friend, that will be all for today. Hey, you know, all of the good stuff needs to be shared, so go ahead and share this with another man, because this affects so many. My instruction to you for this one, just go ahead and share this with another man. And if you have any more questions concerning this, just go ahead and send a WhatsApp message or call 0775-642-449, and there'll be someone ready to respond to you. Or if you want to specifically reach out to me, still go ahead and WhatsApp that number and we'll get back to you. Alrighty, see you on the next Proverb for Men. Boom.